welcome to the Lothario household. So here we have Dawn, Dina, or so here we have Dawn, Nina, and their daughter Donatella. So Don is at the very end of his life. He's about to die. So his last hurrah, he wants to woohoo one last time before he passes away. So pretty much nothing really big has happened for Don after they had Donatella here. He did, woohoo with a couple of people. Actually, two people. Three people. Yeah, three three people after Donatella was born. So his wild life has actually slowed down significantly for Don Lothario here. Um, Basically because of his age. And as you can tell, see, he's been stuck as a resident all these years working 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Because his boss is actually Chester Geek. So that is quite hilarious to me that I believe he was stuck there after he got demoted once. Yeah. He got demoted one time and he's been stuck there ever since from working 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. So, yeah, Chester really screwed him over in his career. So, I find that to be like the great hoorah of it all. Like, you screwed me over, now I screwed you over. So, take that, Don. Take that. But anyways, yeah, moving on to Nina Caliente. She also did not level up in her career at all. She's been stuck where she's at. But yeah, so yeah, after she had Donatella, she made enemies with a girl named Melissa, which I don't even know what's happening with that. I don't know. That's just quite interesting. But anyways, yeah, she had an affair with Bill. She won a fight with Julian. She's like, screw you, Julian. I don't like you. Gunner graduated. She actually reached platinum lifetime aspiration herself, and her secondary is pleasure. So we got that set up for her. She woohooed Dawson, maximized the cooking skill, and then her sister passed away shortly after her daughter Mina got married. So Dina passed away, and she received pension checks from Priya, Sanjay, and Dina. And she went on a last dream date with Dawn. I wanted them to go on one more date before he passed away, so they went on their last date recently, and yeah, and then she fell in love with their maid, and the maid caught her woohooing Dawn, so the maid got angry, and Dawn actually had to buy him off. I think I have that here. Yeah, see, he had to buy him off, like, look, just go away. This is my wife, all right? And then he's over here lecturing Nina about it. He's like, okay, look, you know what? You don't need to be doing this or whatever. So I thought that was pretty hilarious that he lectured her right after the guy was mad. He's like, this is our maid, for heaven's sake. We want him to do his job. Like, Jesus. All right, anyways, so we're moving on to Donatella here. And, oh my God, Donatella. Okay, so this whole thing is funny to me with Donatella. Yeah, so let's get down to it. So after, she was born and stuff, she been doing good in school, been proud of her cousins for graduating college. She actually had her very first kiss with Katie Curtin. So what you don't know about Donatella Lothario is that she is bisexual, so she likes both boys and girls. So it can go either way for Donatella. But her very first kiss was with Katie Curtin, and then that's when she met Casper. Shortly after that, she went on her first date with him, made out with him, and she actually fell in love with Casper. So maybe her and Casper could end up being together. Like, she's just a pleasure sim, so I feel like it would be a good match. Same with Serafina. It would be a good match for her too, because Serafina is also just a pleasure sim. But anywho, yeah, so after that happened, she decided that she wanted to go on another date. So she went on a first date with Gage, kissed him for the first time, and had a dream date with Gage. So Donatella's lifetime wish is to have 50 first dates. So she's just out there exploring, just having dates, not even really like committing herself to someone or whatever at the moment. But neither is Casper, if you remember. But anyway, so yeah, she had her very first woohoo with Casper quite recently, and that was hilarious. I actually have pictures of that too. So they actually woohooed for the first time, and there's Dawn back there. I know you can barely see that, but there's Dawn back there, and Nina's upset that they caught them in the bed together. So I thought that was hilarious how they woohooed, fell asleep while they were gone on their date, and Don went in here to check on his daughter and seen a boy in her bed, and he was like, "What the hell?" So now her parents know that her and Casper Goff have been together. So, but anyways, yeah. So this is the Lothario household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Newson household. We have Gavin, his wife Carolina, and their daughter Dakota. So they are at the end of their adult life, and they ended up only having one daughter, Dakota. So, yep, this is Dakota as a teenager. So, anyways, let's get down to it. So, with Carolina, she actually reached level 8 of her dancing career. She is actually a ballroom dancer right now. So she has leveled up in that career very, very well. And it looks like she's going to get another promotion. So hopefully we can get that for her. And hopefully she would want to max this ballroom dancing or the dancing career, because she would be the only one to do it. Like, she's level 8 in the dancing career. She's doing excellent in it. And that makes me very happy for her. They recently came back from a Far East vacation. Her and her family went on a Far East vacation, and she also pissed herself. Now, the thing about this Far East vacation is that for them, it was storming the whole entire time. Like, it was storming the whole entire time, and they couldn't really have too much fun. But, you know, her pissing herself and all that stuff, like, she had a better vacation over on the island. So, like, come on now. She's just like, that was a meh vacation for her. For Gavin here, I think Gavin enjoyed it a little more than she did, but again, like, he just like, meh. It was storming the whole entire time we were there. It was raining too much, so they couldn't really do anything on that vacation. But he is, at the very tip top of his career still, and as you can tell, he wants to quit his job. I saved that, but I'm not going to have him quit. Instead, I'm going to have him retire when he actually ages up to an elder, and he can live off his pension check. So I'm going to have him do that, and he can stay home and write books as an elder instead of going in to be a city planner for the architect career. So he's pretty much ready to retire and be done with the 9 to 5, or really 9 to 4 for him, stuff that's happening. He's just over it. He's ready to be done. Now, as for Dakota here, she actually wants to go out and have fun, and her boyfriend is actually Theo Roseland. So she's actually going steady with Theo here, and she's very happy in her relationship. So it looks like she will also be going to college in the springtime. But yeah, so let's get down to it and see what she's been up to. So for her, let's see. She went steady with Theo, and Richie became an overachiever. She went out on a date, and this date was actually recent too, in the fall season. And she got the tray dropped on her and whatnot. And she actually snuck out of the house with Donatella too, so she had fun with that. Became best friends with Serafina, and she had her first woohoo with Theo. So she had a good time with her boyfriend here. She's very happy with him. But yeah, so as you can tell, she's best friends with Michael and Serafina. She is friends with Donatella, Olivia, and Richie. Which Olivia is Theo's little sister, so she's friends with his little sister. She's getting to know her cousins, Romy, Gage, Richie, and all them. So yeah, and she's also friends with Elizabeth as well. So Seraphina's twin. She's friends with Elizabeth, but she's closer to Seraphina than she is with Elizabeth. But yeah, this is the Newson household, and let's move on to the next household. So, welcome to the Newson household, where we have Jade, Gallagher, uh, Garnet, Cornelian, Ruby, and Flint, and their dog Gogo. So, let's start with Gallagher here. So, as you know, Gallagher was engaged to Opal in this house, and he was set and ready to marry his high school sweetheart, and all that good stuff. But when they graduated and moved in together, oh yeah, he also had a terrible graduation party. But anyways, yeah, so he actually got a job in the oceanography career. So he's actually level 8 of the oceanography. So he's quite happy with that. He had his, first woohoo with Opal and things like that. And they had their first son, Garnet. And then that's when he got left at the altar by Opal. And I wished I recorded this, but it happened so fast. Like, my jaw dropped to the floor when this happened. So I was like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, he got left at the altar by Opal and had a lousy wedding party. And, like I said in Opal's household, I left her in this household until she had the babies. And she ended up having twins, Ruby and Cornelian. So while she was living here for the months of her being pregnant, Gallagher was so heartbroken and so upset with her that he actually went out to the downtown and tried to find happiness elsewhere. He tried to be happy, and lucky for us, he actually found Jade. And Jade, which also is quite perfect to say the least, mostly because her name is also of a gem. So Jade, what just caught his eye, and they actually got engaged really quick. They actually fell in love with each other within months of seeing each other during Opal's pregnancy. So, yeah, they got engaged, and then he had Ruby and Cornelian, and that's when Opal moved out of the house and said, bye. And that's also around the time when Gabriella died, so this was a really tough time for Gallagher, because he and Gabriella were the same age, and they were actually closer to each other because they were the same age out of the Newson clan. And so when Gabriella died, it hurt him. It really did. And it messed him up. And he misses his sister. He still misses his sister to this day. Like, to this day, he goes over to the Peterson household to visit his nieces that his sister left behind. So, yeah, he likes to go over there all the time and visit his nieces. And yeah, I mean, it's really, really, it was a really heartbreaking moment for Gallagher to go through, losing his high school sweetheart, being left at the altar, to losing his sister. I mean, his life was just crazy during that time, and he was struggling with twins and an older baby here. He was struggling with it all. Like, he couldn't handle this. But luckily, he met Jade out of all of this, and Jade actually ended up being a family sim as well. So it didn't bother her that he already had children. It didn't bother her in the slightest. She's like, I love children. I want to be a part of your family. Let's do this. So she moved in, and while Opal left him with twins and a Garnet, who was a toddler at the time, I believe, Jade was here raising these children as her own. So these kids look at Jade like she's their mother because Opal doesn't even call. She doesn't even call. Like, I don't know. She doesn't even call. And it's oh my god, it's quite sad on this end for them. Like, these poor kids. But anyway, Gallagher actually worked his ass off. He did the best he could for his kids. He swallowed his heartache and he just went for it and just did the best he could for his kids. And they actually are they actually learned some things from him and they're doing quite well. And he recently had a son with his new wife Jade, quite recently. I was waiting for these twins to learn everything they need to learn before they even decided to have one, because Jade been wanting to have a baby ever since they got together, so she was waiting patiently to have a baby with her husband. But yeah, it looks like Flint might be the only child they will have because she is at the end of her uh, adult life, and so is he. So it looks like Flint will be the only one, which is perfectly fine because he already has three older kids, so it's perfectly fine. At least they had one together. But anywho, yes. So for Jade here, she married Gallagher, and like she couldn't believe his story, like everything that he's been going through, like it tore her up to hear that this woman did that to him and that he lost his best friend, his sister. So like Jade just was there taking care of the house and helping him, and he actually taught Cornelian and Ruby how to talk and taking on the role as the mother of the children and doing it very, very well. Like, she's really close with Ruby. She's getting closer with Garnet, and she's trying to get close with Cornelian as well. But yeah, she's doing the best she can with these children, and she also wants to be friends with Gogo the dog, which was adopted uh, between Gallagher and Opal, but he decided to keep the dog. He's like, you know what? If you're going to leave, the dog stays here with me. He's actually attached to the dog. Yeah. That's his dog. So he's the master of his pup. So, yeah. So that's that. Now, with Garnet here, he actually wants to sneak out with Raven. Really, really. Raven Peterson. Raven is his cousin. So, that is Gabriella's daughter, by the way. So, yeah, he is also a fortune sim, and he doesn't have anybody of interest as of now, but he is freshly starting out as a teenager, so it's going to be a little bit before he actually finds somebody worthwhile. And he looks just like his dad, and I don't know why the Sims gave him this hairstyle when his hairstyle is currently this. But anyway, let's just ignore that fact. Yes, we also have Cornelian and Ruby here, also sharing a bedroom and whatnot. But yeah, he is friends with Gregory Gavigan, so that is his friend. And for Ruby here, she's best friends with her cousin, and that's it. She really looks up to Raven, so. Anywho, yeah, so. And then little Flint was just born, so. Little bitty Flint. Oh. Flint Newson. He's so cute. But anyways, yep, this is the Newson household. And let's move on to the next household. And here we are in the Newson household with Garrett, Hope, and their twins, Christian and Destiny, and their dog, Jake. So, Yeah, so what has been going on with Garrett and his wife? Garrett is currently unemployed, and I think he's been unemployed his whole entire life. He's just been focusing on leveling up his skills and helping Jake get promoted in his careers. So Jake has been learning from Garrett here, and Garrett's just been a stay-at-home dad while Hope actually works as an architect. She is the head of construction company and the architect, and I find that Hope being in the architect is very fitting for her because she, ever since she was young, played with the blocks over here, and that's all she did. She just leveled up in her mechanical skills when she was a baby. Like, remember when she was a toddler and she had level 5 mechanical skill? Yeah, just saying. So I believe this job for her is actually quite fitting and perfect for her to be building and things like that because she loves the mechanical skill. But anywho, yeah, and she currently wants to have another baby, so we are currently deciding whether or not when. Oh, she's already pregnant. One baby is expected, so it's not twins again, thank the heavens. But she's already pregnant. Before we got in there, I had a feeling she probably already was. But anyway, yeah. So, yep. And this is Christian. And what I love about these babies, what I love most about them is like just look at them. Like the boy here looks just like his daddy, and he's got red hair, just like Garrett. And then we come over here to the daughter. Where is she? She's asleep. And look, she's got blonde hair like her mama, and she looks like her mama. So I was very happy to see them both look like both parents. I think that is so great and so cute and whatnot. But anyways, yep, this is the Newson household. And let's move on to the next household. All right, welcome to the Knott household with Gordon, Mina, and their son Ethan. So Gordon, let's start with him. He is actually one of the teenage boys in this world. So he actually went steady with Mina, got engaged to her, and got shocked for trying to fix that thing twice, and it didn't work out for him. But yeah, he ended up marrying Mina, and now they have a son named Ethan, and he is currently unemployed. He doesn't have a want to get a job just yet, but we'll see about that. Um, Mina here, she is actually a golf caddy. She has started off in the slacker career, and that's the career that she wants to be a part of. So Mina here actually wanted to get married to Gordon, so I found that like what, like it was like meant to be type of situation. But yeah, for Mina here, let's see. Yeah, as you can tell, her first woohoo was with Clay, as y'all remember, and all that good stuff. Yeah. She went steady with Gordon. She was feeling off about it, though. She was like, I can't believe I did this. Like, I don't know if I can keep my word because I've been, seeing other people and things like that. And, but she did it mostly because she wanted to. So that happened. And he's been happy about being with her ever since he got with her. He's just been happy with her. And she's just been like, I don't know if I can stick with it or not. But she actually ended up being the big woman on campus, so she became very influential and made a bunch of friends while she was in college. And while she was in college, at the same time dating Gordon and all that, she actually slept with Skip, she slept with Kieran, she slept with Ryan. Like she was kind of like a wild child, like getting it out of her system in college, I assume, before she actually wanted to stay with Gordon. But Gordon asked her to marry him, and she said yes, and she felt very good about that. She was like, I'm wanted. I feel like I'm wanted. So Mina was very excited to be engaged to Gordon. Yeah, and you know what? She's upset that Desmond died and Cassandra got abducted by aliens. So she remembers that vividly. She's still upset about that whole situation. Yeah, she's also woohooed Leo, and this was counted as her very first affair. I would count the others as an affair as well. But since she said yes to getting married, this kind of actually is like an affair. Like you promised yourself to someone else. So she woohooed with one last person before she graduated college and then got married to Gordon and had Ethan. And then she got fired from her career in the slacker career, but she actually used the phone and called them and was like, please don't fire me. This is my dream job. I don't want to get fired. So they rehired her and put her at the very beginning of the slacker career so she can start all over again and try to reach her dream job here in the slacker career. So hopefully she can do that and be happy with that. But she also reached platinum lifetime aspiration. So she is a secondary pleasure sim, believe it or not. And so yeah, that's how she was able to call them and be like, please don't fire me, please. So yeah, that's that. Also, there's this garden back here, and this came from Dina before she passed away. Her hobby was gardening, so we still have all this out back, and it might get demolished for Mina's hobby because Mina's hobby is fitness, and she likes to swim. So she was thinking about tearing this her mother's garden down and putting a pool as soon as these plants are ready to go. So she's waiting on the plants to at least be able to be plucked to be put in here to make juice and stuff before she tears it down and puts a pool down. And then we have little Ethan up here, and yep, this is Ethan, and he's so cute. Just a little bitty baby boy, freshly born at the end of fall. So anywho, yeah, lucky for us, Dina actually got to hang out with her grandson before she passed away. Let's see, I have pictures of that as well. So as you can tell, she put her son down here to play with him, and look, Dina is actually playing with her grandson, her very first grandson, and all that. And then while she was holding him, she actually passed away, and Mina had to come and collect her son from her deceased mother. So that was the freshest thing that has happened in this household, is that her mother passed away. So Cassandra died. Oh, Dina died, and then Cassandra died. Like everybody's dying around her. But she also had an affair with Kieran, believe it or not too long ago, I suppose. But yeah, anywho, yep, this is the Knott household. And let's move on to the next one. Here we are in the Autumnus household with Angela, David, and their son, Michael. All right, so let's start off with Angela. As you can tell, they're elders now. They're quite older, and things have changed significantly with Angela and Lilith's dynamic. And as you can quite possibly tell, her and Lilith are now best friends. They actually got along. They're actually getting along now. But anywho, yeah, let's actually take a look. So the most interesting thing about that with Angela, when she had her birthday party, David was already like friends with Lilith, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to invite her over and be a part of this celebration for Angela, because Angela has been, been without her parents, and she's been torn up about it for a little while, and she doesn't want to be, alone in that aspect. And she doesn't have, well, she has her son and her husband, but she knows she has a sister that has nothing to do with her. And it now that she's getting older and reaching the end of her life, she kind of wanted to make amends and try to fix it. So with the help from David, Her and Lilith actually became best friends and started getting along and being happy, being sisters. So that was very touching. That was a very touching moment. And kudos to David for doing that for his wife. And that was just very, very good. Very touching. With David here, like nothing's really much has happened except he helped his wife reconnect with her sister, and they're getting along very well, actually, very, very well. Like, they talk to each other, and it brought their bar all the way up, and now they're best friends all of a sudden. So I felt like Lilith also wanted to reconnect with Angela, even though she still had some hurt behind her. But having them reconnect was really heartfelt. And over here with Michael, Michael desperately wants to fall in love with somebody, but if you take a look, not interested, not interested, not interested. Like, he's not interested, not interested in any of the teenagers that show up. So he's been single this whole entire time, and I'm hoping that he will find somebody while he's at college, because he's a very picky guy, very picky guy. He is a family sim. He is straight and he's a family sim, but he's very picky. And I have a feeling, now that I'm looking at this gray hair, I have a feeling that he likes older women. So maybe when he grows up, he might actually get together with an older woman. Who knows? I have no idea what's in his future, but if that happens, that potentially means that he will not have kids, and his wife will die pretty early on. So I don't know. Maybe he will find somebody in college that is not too old, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's just not attracted to any teenager in Pleasantview. But anywho, yep, this is the Autumnus household, and let's move on to the next one. Welcome to the Autumnus household with Tommy, Tasha, Tony, Tori, Toby, and Todd. So as you can quite possibly tell, So, as you can quite possibly tell, the theme of their babies is that it has to start with a T and a O. So, that's what their theme is when they're having babies. Tommy here, he is actually employed in the Slacker career. He's actually level 7, so he's doing fairly well in the Slacker career. He currently wants to take his kids on a mountain vacation, so we are wanting to do that. He actually, okay, so here's the good thing, or the thing about Tommy's situation here. So he had to spend all his money that he made on his children here because, they grew up from toddlers to children. And he really wanted to take them on a mountain vacation, but he only had 366 simoleons in his funds. And so, like, he really wanted to take the kids out and have a good time and go on this mountain vacation. And that's actually what they're going to do at the beginning of this rotation. They're about to go on this vacation. Let me take a look. Yeah, see, they're about to go on this vacation, actually. So he's going to go take them camping, and they're going to have a family time and things like that while they're all children. So that's what he really wanted to do. But the thing about that is that he only had 366 simoleons into his name. So he's down here writing this book, trying to make a little extra money, but now he don't need to. Why? Because 10,000 simoleons came from his brother, Ryan. Or Billy. I'm sorry. It's Billy, not Ryan. Let me take a look. Billy, yeah, Billy. Okay, so his younger brother Billy, seeing that he was struggling with his funds, and Billy at the time had an outrageous amount of money to have and spend. So he was like, you know what? You need money to take my niece and nephews out on a vacation and to have a good time, because 366 simoleons ain't going to be enough for y'all to buy what you need and have fun and stuff. So he's like, here's 10,000 simoleons for you to go and have fun at this at this campsite. Go and have fun. And Tommy was very grateful to Billy that he did that for them. Like, he was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for giving me this 10,000 simoleons. And how that happened is I used this mod of this computer. So what you do is you go bank online, you transmit money to household funds, playable, and you choose the amount you want to give, and then choose the household you want to give it to. And that's what I did with Billy, and that's how Tommy now has 10,000 simoleons in his bank account. So he is very grateful. Like, in the beginning, I was going to have him do a loan, and then he would have to pay that off with interest. But Billy was like, why do that? No, I'll just give this to you. It's fine. We are doing exceptionally well over here. You take this money and you go and you take them out on vacation. So Tommy is very grateful, very, very grateful of his little brother that came to help him in his time of need, of really wanting to take his kids out and explore the mountains. So he's very excited to take them camping. And she also wants to go on this mountain vacation. So she is also excited. She is afraid to have a baby, mostly because she had two sets of twins. So one set, two set. And she's scared if she gets pregnant again, she's going to have three sets of twins. So she kind of wants to have more now that they're older. But she's also like, she's also weary of the fact that she could have twins again. So I am thinking on the lines of maybe they won't have more kids, but I don't know how I feel yet. I might have them have one last batch of children. I don't know, but yeah, she just had one set, two set, and this last pregnancy could be three set, but they're also kind of broke at the moment too, so I will save it for now, I guess. But yeah, she's kind of scared of having more babies at the moment. Now for Tony here, he's about to be a teenager, so today is the last day for him to go on this mountain vacation as a child. So that's why I really wanted to push it and go on a Tuesday instead of a weekend, so that they can go as children. But anywho, yeah, for Tony here, he is friends with Raven and Freya at the moment, so that's who his friends are. Now for Tori, she's friends with Gregory and Dove, and she's getting to know Gabrielle a little bit, but yep, that's who her friends is. Toby, he doesn't know anybody because, again, they are fresh children, so they need to get to know a couple people. And for Todd here, he actually met Liviana and became friends with Liviana. So, yep, this is the Artemis household. And let's move on to the next household. Okay, welcome to the Artemis household with Andrea, Billy, Ryan, Daphne, and Colin. So, oh boy, interesting storyline here, let me tell you. Anyway, so you may remember Andrea as the girlfriend of Ryan here, who is holding their son, Colin. Oh, baby, so cute. Oh boy. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, you may remember her as his girlfriend, but the funny thing is, ever since college, they haven't been exclusive to one another. Just saying. Anyway, she really lived a crazy lifestyle in college. She became a big woman on campus. She actually joined the secret society as well. But the thing with her is that she didn't want to study at all. Like she didn't want to get her skills up or anything. And so she ended up got put on probation, and then she got expelled from college shortly after that because she's just been living wild. So she's dating Ryan here, but she also slept with Billy in college, and then she also slept with Clay, and then slept with Skip. So she's been living a very precarious lifestyle. But Yeah, very promiscuous to say the least. But for Ryan and Billy here, they do not mind, mostly because, oh my god, they are in a polyamorous relationship right at the moment. So Andrea is with both Billy and Ryan, and yeah, that's that's what's happening with these two. Oh my god. So Billy here, he caught Andrea's attention first with ACR, took her to his bedroom, woohooed her. She ended up pregnant with their daughter Daphne. And so Daphne is the result of Andrea and Billy. So that's their daughter, and this these poor children, they're gonna come out looking crazy. So after they had Daphne, Ryan was like, you know what, Andrea was my girlfriend first. So ACR took her to his bedroom, and she ended up getting pregnant from that, and they had a son named Colin. So Colin is after her last name. So anyway, yeah, so now he has a daughter with her as well. So these children, even though they're cousins, they're also siblings. So, uh, um, mm, mm, um, but yeah, that's the situation that's going on here. Like Andrea is just happy being with these two, and the funny thing about Andrea too is that she also wanted to be engaged to Skip Broke, and as you can tell, she wants to invite Skip over for some reason. So I don't know what it is with these girls and Skip. They all just want to be with him. But she's currently in a polyamorous relationship with brothers, Ryan and Billy, so I don't know. Like, that is, I don't know what to say about that. Other than, ew. But anyways, that's what they chose. I don't know. I didn't do it. They chose it. So I just like I tried so hard to keep Billy and Andrea away from each other in college, but they were just too attracted to each other. They were too attracted to each other, and I got tired of canceling the interaction. So I'm just like, screw it. Y'all go do what y'all want, and they ended up being together anyway. So like they probably, like, what I want to say, since I was hesitant about letting that happen, like they knew probably they would be frowned upon that, they're in a polyamorous relationship, but especially with brothers, but at the same time, like, they don't really care. They ain't jealous of each other. They know that they are sharing Andrea, and they know that their kids are siblings. So it's just weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's just weird that this is the lifestyle that the twins chose. Because I originally just wanted Andrea to be with Ryan separately, but I mean, at least there'll be one less household to make for Billy, so I don't know. But these poor children, like, like poor, oh my gosh, look at her, like, oh my gosh, Daphne. I'm just like, because you already know Billy and Ryan are not very good looking Sims. Their faces are messed up, so their children probably is going to have the same fate as them, and unfortunately, Daphne got their eyes, so I covered up her eyes with hair over her face and glasses on, so we don't see that. But yeah. Anyway, this is the Autumnus household, and let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Peterson household, and yeah, as you can quite possibly tell, this place is crazy looking. I actually had fun decorating this for the whole damn storyline that I have for this family. But anyways, yes, welcome to the Peterson household with Phoenix, Raven, and Dove. So let's get to it. So you may remember Phoenix as the townie walking across the street when Gabriella was trying to find somebody to love, and she actually chose Phoenix to be her husband. So I think they actually did get married and whatnot. So yeah, they had Raven. He asked her to marry him, and they actually did get married. So and he also got fired from his criminal career. He ended up being in the criminal career, like a very high level criminal career too. So when he got fired, he decided to join the adventurer career. So he is also right now a hostage negotiator, and he wants to level up his charisma instead of his mechanical skill. But we shall see if he wants to level that up as well. But anywho, yeah, after he got fired, he joined the adventurer career real quick. And I honestly thought that they would be so happy together. I was excited for Gabriella to have a husband, and he's not even that bad looking either. He's actually quite cute, to say the least. He's actually quite cute. But the lifestyle he's living is not cute at all. It's got quite messy, and yeah, it's messy all around. But anyway, anywho, like, this house used to look so good, by the way. This house used to be nice looking before Gabriella passed away, but when she died, after she gave birth to Dove, when she died, that's when everything started going downhill. Like, we have random plants everywhere, a dead tree, an old freaking car. He's broke as a joke. Despite having a good career, he's broke as a joke. Like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like, doing shady dealings and having messes and stains all over the floors, and having, like, these just sitting out and dirtying up the place. And oh my gosh, like, this is beyond crazy. Like, as you can tell, like, she hates her environment right now. She even hated it before these were here, like, cluttering up the kitchen and stuff. She hates living here. And but anyways, so Gabriella died, and uh let me tell you why. So he had a want to get an inheritance from her when she dies. And I didn't know how to take that, because they were both young adults, or not young adults, but they were both adults. And he already wanted to take out insurance on her. And I was like, huh? So what he did is, the storyline goes, is that Phoenix actually murdered his wife for simoleons. Yep, that happened. So after she gave birth to their second daughter, Dove, he murdered his wife. He took out her money that he would get when she dies, and kept it. And here we are. And it's been his secret for years, up until this point, up until the point where everything is starting to get all decrepit and stuff, because he's not taking care of the house or anything. He's using the money on shady things. So he's not a very good person, I would say. He's definitely not a good person. What I will say, though, when the kids were younger, they were taken care of. The house used to not look like this when they were babies. But now that they're older, he's not really investing his time into his girls. So instead, he is doing shady things behind closed doors. And I don't know. I couldn't believe that he had that want and murdered his wife. I could not believe that. But that was freaking crazy, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, I kind of allowed it for an interesting storyline to happen, but yeah, he took care of his girls, and now his girls are left to their own devices. Pretty much, Raven is the only one that spends time with Dove now. Like, Phoenix doesn't do anything. And as you can tell, their names is based off of birds because his name is Phoenix. So I named her Raven and her Dove because it's bird themed in this household. But anywho, yeah, Raven takes care of her little sister, and she loves her little sister Dove very, very much, and she looks out for her. And here lately, since Raven is older, she's been noticing that her dad has some shady dealings, and I wonder if she's ever going to figure out that her dad murdered her mom. That is the question I would like to be answered. But there is one person that is very skeptical of the reason why Gabriella died. They say she died from drowning. She accidentally drowned when they got a pool out in the backyard. But how could Gabriella die? Like I'm pretty sure Gabriella was good at body. I'm pretty sure she did jump rope when she was a kid. Like she would know how to swim. And Gallagher is actually on top of that. I actually have pictures here. Gallagher and Phoenix. Gallagher is actually confronting Phoenix about it. And he's like, I don't really believe that my sister would just drown. Like, something had to have happened. What happened to her to make her drown in the pool? Like, that just doesn't make any sense, he said. And Phoenix is getting aggravated because Gallagher is investigating this, and he's getting very mad at let me see, where is it? He's getting very mad at Gallagher. Like, you could tell they don't like each other right now. And he's like, you know what? If you keep coming over here and stirring up some shit, me and you are going to have a problem, he said. So Gallagher is not buying what Phoenix has told everybody and is actually believing that something worse happened, especially now that Phoenix has stepped up to him and basically threatened him if he doesn't stop, then he's going to make him stop, you know. So Gallagher is on to something here, but he is fearful for his nieces here, Raven and Dove. So really, he just wants to get these kids out of this situation because, as you can tell in the picture, he sees the situation where everything looks all like stained and whatnot, and he's like, you need to take care of your kids. Like, this place is disgusting. You need to clean it up. You need to do something. And he's like, you ain't gonna tell me how to raise my kids, and you ain't gonna come in here and say what if either about my deceased wife, you know. So he's playing the victim card in all this situation. And I think with Raven, she's really close with her uncle. So I think ultimately she may find out that her dad may have something to do with her mother's death, but I don't know. But what her main concern is taking care of Dove right now because the house is filthy. It's disgusting. Nobody takes care of anything, and she doesn't know left from right. She's still a young teenager. She's trying here. She's trying to you know, cook for them when they're hungry and level up her career, or not her career, her cooking skill and things like that. But she's bewildered. She hates it here. She really hates it here. She knows this isn't right. She knows that the way they're living isn't normal. So yeah, but yeah, this is the the Peterson household. And yeah, sad notes here, sad notes here. But anyways, yeah, let's actually move on to the next household. Welcome to the Picasso household, where we have Matthew, Jessica, Clay, and Elena. So, for Matthew and Jessica, he wants to actually go on an island vacation and take his family with him. And I think, yeah, he's never been on vacation before, so he really wants to go and take his family. As for her, she just wants to be best friends with Billy. Like, I don't know. She met Billy and now she wants to be best friends with him. So that's basically all of them. They are just the elders of this group. They're both still employed in the military, though I really feel like they should retire from the military, believe it or not. But yeah, I also believe that Matthew Picasso actually got his platinum and he actually became a grilled cheese aspiration. And is she okay? She did not yet, anyways. So, but yeah, but she did actually reach golden anniversary with Matthew Picasso. So her lifetime wish actually was completed. So she is quite happy with that. So let's move on to Clay. So as you can tell, Clay wants to get married to Elena out here, and Elena is still in her outfit from college. So we definitely need to give her a makeover when we come back. But anywho, yeah, he really wants to get married to her and take her on an island vacation, which sounds fun to me. So I was very excited to see that he actually wanted to get married to Elena, because some Sims just don't even have this want, to be honest, and he had it instantly. So I'm just like, yes, another marriage happening in winter. So they're gonna get married very shortly, and she is very happy to be with Clay Picasso. And so, yeah, Elena ended up being with Clay, and she currently wants to join the entertainment career. And so, we're going to get that. And the funny thing about Clay Picasso and his sister, which is night and day, just about, Clay is actually employed in the criminal career, and Brittany is employed in the law enforcement career. So, they are yin and yang of the twins. If you say so myself. The odd thing is, though, about him and Brittany, though, even though he's a criminal, he wants to get married to Elena and, live with her at home, rather than Brittany doesn't have the want to get married to Tandy yet, and she just is basically kissing everybody that she's attracted to. So it's two totally different lifestyles and two totally different jobs. It feels like that he should be in law enforcement and Brittany should be in criminal, kind of. But anyway, yeah, I just think that's quite interesting that the two twins are totally opposite right now, even though they're both pleasure sims. But anywho, yeah, so yeah, and Elena just graduated college, and so did her younger sister. And the funny thing about Sophie graduating is that Sophie and Elena were very close in age. So when she left to go to college, it was time for Sophie to go too. But I kept her at home just so I could have Elena graduate first and then have Sophie go to college, because Sophie is younger anyway. So yeah, that's that. The eldest daughter of the Roseland clan is now moved in with the Picasso household, and she's ready to get married to Clay here. And also, Clay's hobby is the poker game. So we have a poker room in here, and he plays poker a lot, and that's what he chose to do with his time. And I think I have a picture of him going out and about and playing poker with some girls here. So yeah, he's out about playing some poker with Lilith, a vampire, and another woman. But I also have pictures of him asking her to marry him at the table, so that is very sweet. But anyway, yep, this is the Picasso household. So let's move on to the next household. Welcome to the Pleasant household, where we have Lilith, Dirk, and their son Gabriel. So yeah, as you could tell, she wants to be BFF with Angela. She really just wants to reconnect with her sister, and she's very happy that her sister ended up being a totally different woman than she was when they were children. So I think Lilith finally forgave everything that has happened in their childhood, now that her parents are dead and gone. She's uh, quite happy to have Angela back in her life at the moment. They are actually getting along very well, and I really believe Angela turned her life around and changed into a totally different person. So I think that it was a good thing that they are getting along now. Um, but yeah, that's the big thing that happened with Lilith. With Dirk, he actually got demoted and he wants to reach the top of his business career again, which he actually should when he goes back to work. I don't see why not, but yeah. His hobby is the damn train set, so I am wary of the fact that he may die of a fire in the future. Who knows? But yeah, that's Dirk in a nutshell. He's just trying to level back up in his career and be done with it. And he's about to become an elder in this season. So he's right behind Lilith here. Now, as for Gabriel here, he is a pleasure sim, and currently he has a massive, massive attraction to Hazel, and I think I want them two to get together. I really do. I think him and her being together would be absolutely perfect, mostly because she's got red hair and he's got black hair, and them two being together, I don't know, I just see it and I like the idea. So I'm excited for him to ask Hazel out on a date and become something, and I think they actually will. So excited for that. But anywho, yep, this is the Pleasant household, and let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, welcome to the Ramaswamy household, where we have Julie, Kieran, and their son Rohan. So, yeah. So Kieran actually grew up quite a bit in his time with living with Skip. And as you can tell, this is the Ramaswamy household updid, made a little bit bigger, and decorated to his liking. So it also looks a lot different than what it did when Priya and Sanjay were alive. So yeah, this is their humble abode, and it's quite fancy, if you're being honest, quite fancy. But I can't wait to tell you more about it. All right, so with Kieran, we're going to start with him. So with Kieran here, like, okay, so, he had his first woohoo with her, whatever, graduated college. And after he graduated college with his best friend, Skip, he decided to move in with Skip, and then he and Skip had this bet, who could woohoo the most Sims. And, since he's a romance Sim and so is Skip, he was like, you know what, I think I can. And Skip's like, you know what, I think I can. So, they've been messing around. He woohooed with Mina. He woohooed with some townies. He even woohooed with Tina, too, when Tina was over woohooing Skip. And he woohooed with Brandy. He woohooed with Shannon. He got denied by Wendy. So he was like, oh, wow, I got denied by somebody. That's crazy, said Kieran. And while he was out and about having a good time woohooing these Sims and trying to beat Skip at his game, which obviously, since he got rejected, Skip was obviously winning in this game, his parents died. Sanjay and Priya both passed away. And that kind of stopped things for him. That kind of solidified, like, oh my God, my parents are gone. The fun and games are over. I need to grow up. And I couldn't believe, like, Kieran was this type of man, but he honestly had the want. He honestly had the want to get married, and to quite a few people, actually. It popped up everywhere on his wants, and I have a picture of that too that I'm going to put up here. But yeah, he moved out of the house from Skip after he inherited some money. He moved back into this house before Bodhi actually went to college, and that's when he met Julie. And she ended up being the one. He was like very enamored with her. He was very happy to have her in his life, and yep, he kissed Julie, made out with her, woohooed with her, got engaged to her, and look, it's green. It's green. He was very happy about being engaged to Julie. So I was like, wow, Kieran, he's really changing his life around. Say what? Say what? And then got married to Julie. And I think with Mina, I don't know what happened here, but he got married to Julie, and he joined the medicine career, and he's actually a level 5 resident right now, and he's been working on his skills like. He's been working it like, oh my good gracious, Kieran. He's been doing excellent at his skills and whatnot. And as you could tell, he's been wanting to do his cleaning and mechanical. And I think it has something to do with him being a secondary knowledge sim. So but anywho, yeah, he's been working on his skills and stuff. And here of late, this is brand new, but here of late, he's just been wanting to get his skills up. And this is the first time I've seen him wanting to potentially cheat, but I don't think he ever will. I don't like unless ACR does this to me. I don't think he ever will. Uh, because he feels like he needed to grow up anyways after the death of his parents. So he got married to Julie, and he's like, I couldn't believe he actually married her, but he did. They have a great wedding ceremony, and they went on a Far East vacation together as a honeymoon since they had a lot of money from the inheritance of his parents. And that's why I chose this right here as a gate, because it signifies their first honeymoon together, so or their honeymoon. So yeah, I kind of decorated their yard to fit the aesthetic that I'm going for. And they got very nice cars, and the whole downstairs is redecorated, made even much bigger. Even this is much bigger now as well. There's a lot of room in this house now instead of it being cramped. So they should be very, very happy about what I have set up for them. And yeah. And their upstairs is still kind of barren. I'm still in the process of decorating their home. But yeah, I had so much fun decorating their home as well. I thought it was very fun. But let's see. He's into the arts and crafts, so she's into the tinkering. So she likes to work on cars and sell the cars and whatnot. So that's what Julie's been interested in, is working on cars. Oh goodness. But yeah, after the wedding and after they got back from a Far East vacation, she actually got pregnant, and they have a son now, and his name is Rohan Ramaswamy. So he's a little cutie. I can't wait to see what he looks like when he grows up. But yeah, he's a daddy now. Kieran is all grown up with a son of his own, and so living in the Ramaswamy household. So that is very sweet, and I am very happy that he decided that he wanted to turn his life around shortly after the death of his parents, and got married, and now has a son and a successful career, or it looks like it's going to be successful since his skills are all the way up. And currently, he wants to work on mechanical and cleaning, and that's the two that he really needs for his career as well. So he's doing exceptionally well, and I feel like he is going to prosper in this setting. And he's actually already quite happy. He actually uh, reached the where is it? The lifetime platinum. So he's actually quite happy with his life and his choices at the moment. Like, he gave up that party lifestyle and the uh, lifestyle of going out and woohooing every girl he sees, trying to compete with his best friend. But I mean, he and Skip are still pretty damn close, I will say. They're still pretty close, but he's done with that type of lifestyle. He's ready to commit and be with his wife and have his children, and maybe Kieran will be a inspiration for Skip one day. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so Yep, and also with Kieran, he said, "I'll be damned," okay, because he actually, when he was competing with Skip, he didn't have a career at all. He didn't have a job at all. He was just working to compete against Skip. That's it. And but when he met Julie and had her move in and was engaged to her and things like that, he said, "I'll be damned if I'm going to be at home and not have a job while my wife works." So he got a job in the medicine. He actually wanted to. And I was like, "Oh my God, Karen! Look at you." So he's like, "I know what it feels like to grow up and have only one parent, like, support you and have to do without and live in a small cramped house." So he's like, "I'll be damned if that happens to me and mine." So he's working really hard in the medicine career and decorated this place and given his wife and his son everything that they deserve and more. So I'm very proud of Kieran for turning his life around and deciding to be a father to Rohan and things like that. But I also find it curious that he actually became a secondary knowledge sim. I didn't anticipate that. Yeah, and as you could quite possibly tell, Julie is actually a family sim, so her influence on her husband is actually quite great. He actually sees her, as somebody who is worthy of him and somebody that isn't just going to use him for simoleons or woohoo. So he found her very very attractive and was like all for her, and I'm glad that he and her are together, and I'm so glad that they found each other. It really was like love at first sight for them. Also with Julie, she is actually in the Slacker career. She's level 7 home video editor at the momento. But she also recently received a big bonus from her job and also earned 50K. Woohoo! So her getting all that money actually helped them a lot as well to decorate this house and get things set up and get nice cars and all that good jazz. So yeah, they're doing actually very well with each other. And right now, she wants to be best friends with Bodhi, which is Kieran's little brother. And yeah, she just wants to be friends with him because he's her husband's younger brother, and she wants to have a close knit family, and having them all be close knit and together she really is someone that Kieran needed in his life, I feel like. And yeah, so yeah, this is the Ramaswamy the Ramaswamy household, and let's move on to the next one. Welcome to the Ramaswamy household, where we have Bodhi and Marielle here. So yeah, Bodhi is best friends with Joel Cook, who's about to go to college, and he just graduated college actually, and Sophie is still in college. The whole back and forth between Sophie and him it it got old pretty fast for Bodhi, because he was like, "Hey, do you want me or do you want Joel? Do you want Bodhi or do you want Joel? Like, which one do you want?" So with Sophie's indecision, Bodhi got kind of impatient and decided, to take matters in his own hands. I mean, even though Sophie is his first woohoo, he's just like, "You know what, I'm not going to wait around for you." You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna. So after Sanjay and Priya died, I mean, even, Sophie didn't come around very much, because Sophie was actually dating Joel at the time that his parents died. And so he was just like, "You know what? I mean, you can have him. That's fine, whatever." And the sad thing is, both he and Sophie know that Joel is his best friend, but Joel doesn't know this other side of Sophie. He only knows her as the sweet girl who captured his attention and things like that, but he doesn't know that his best friend and his girlfriend actually hooked up before, so that's going to be crazy in the future. Who knows? But anyway, so yeah, after his parents died, he got quite a few scholarships to go to college, including the orphan one, I believe. Yeah, the Orphan Sims Assistance Fund, because both of his parents died before he actually went. But anywho, yeah, so um, Bodhi went to college, and that's where he met Marielle, and he was like, "Wow, Marielle is very attractive." So he started seeing her while Sophie was off and about with Joel, and then shortly after that, Kieran got married, which was also great, and he actually made out with Sophie and fell in love with her during that time. And he was like, okay, so Sophie's back with me, like, are you with Joel or are you coming with me? And Sophie was like, I don't know who I want, like, Joel is the sweetest guy ever, and I'm kind of enamored with you too. I don't know who I want, Bodhi. I'm just so confused. And Bodhi was over here like, okay, well, I kind of am in love with you, so you need to tell me if you want to be with me. I mean, you can go talk to Joel together. You need to tell me so we can go talk to Joe together. And, but, with her indecision, again, he got impatient, and he was like, I don't want to wait for this. Screw this. Like, you choose me. You either choose me or you don't. And you ain't choosing me is enough for me to go, screw this. I'm going to go fall in love with Marielle. So he pursued things with Marielle, wherever she's at. Oh, down here. Yeah. He pursued things with Marielle. And during that time, that's where Sophie caught him with Marielle. And she was like, you know what, me and you are not friends anymore. I can't believe you would do that. And he was like, are you kidding me? It's like, you were seeing my best friend, and you're telling me that I'm the bad guy for trying to find my own happiness? Like, screw you, Sophie. Like, really, screw you. Like, you can go be with Joe. Don't even worry about me. So Bodhi just, like, he didn't care. He was just like, just get out of my face. And so he decided to commit himself to Marielle, hoping that he and her could find love together and whatnot. He also joined the political career, so he's a lobbyist. He is actually doing really well in the politics career. So hopefully he could level that up. Um, we shall see. I don't know if I gave him his secondary yet. No, I did not. So that is the one thing I'll have to do when I get back into his household, is give him his secondary aspiration. And probably the same with Marielle here, who actually ended up being a romance sim anyway. So here we are once again, Bodhi not getting chosen. I have a feeling she's going to do things that is not going to be good to Bodhi. But anywho, yeah, so yeah, as you can tell, she's already got a crush on Vincent and a couple of people while she's with Bodhi. So, oh boy. Oh boy. Who's Rebecca Jones? That's a new sim. Anyway, so, yep, this is Marielle. And Marielle, she, you know, she doesn't have the memories because I moved her in. But obviously, she fought Sophie. She does not like her at all. She's like, okay, you know what? You were stringing along Bodhi and you were making him feel a certain way. I don't like that, Sophie. Like, you can go off the deep end and F off. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, how dare you do that to Bodhi? And, Sophie was like, what are you talking about? Like, I was in love with two people. How am I supposed to choose between them? And she goes, well, you don't have to worry about it because I'm going to take care of my man. And that's right. He is my man. So you step off. And Sophie was like, I can't believe this. Like, I was like, it got to the point to where they were arguing constantly, to the point to where they started poking each other. And when they walked by each other, they would nudge each other and be angry at each other. And then it resulted in them having a fight. And Marielle actually won the fight against Sophie. And she was like, you know what? This is me telling you to stay the beep away from Bodhi. Don't ever contact him again. And Sophie hasn't. Like, Sophie hasn't even contacted him at all. So hopefully, with Marielle standing up for Bodhi and taking care of him in that way, hopefully she and Bodhi could potentially find happiness together. But the track record for Romance Sim is very dire, to say the least. I have a feeling she's going to end up cheating on Bodhi, and Bodhi's going to be stuck with this nobody wants me type of thing. I guarantee it. But anyway, yep, this is the Ramaswamy household, and let's move on to the next household. All right, so here we are in the Roseland household with Kaylin, Theo, and Olivia. So, their father, Sid, recently died at the last season in fall, so we are dealing with that at the momento. But in this rotation, it looks like Theo is going to go to college, and hopefully Dakota goes with him. I think she's a little younger than him, honestly. I think she goes in spring instead of winter. But anywho, yeah. And then we have Olivia here, who is dating Noah Gavigan. And I think her and Noah are going to go at the same time. So that's going to be grand for them. Now, for Kaylin here, like, most of her adult life, people frowned upon her for being the maid who ruined families. That was her reputation when she was younger. Nobody really wanted to be friends with her, and things like that. So Caitlin had to work really hard to turn her reputation around and be like, look, I'm happily married. I don't want to ruin anybody's marriage. I just want to be with Sid. And I was like, all of you people need to stop talking about me in that way. That was the old me. That's not me anymore. So Caitlin had to deal with that most of her adult life, and she got scared because she didn't want her children to do without, because of the said rumors. She wanted her children to flourish and thrive and be able to connect with people. And lucky for her, I believe every single one of her kids are with someone. She has 4 kids. So Elena is getting ready to get married to Clay. Sophie is stuck between 2 boys, but she's going to end up being with Joel, it seems like, if Joel ever does not find out about Bodhi, that is. Theo is with Dakota, so he's got somebody, and Olivia is with Noah. So all of her kids actually have somebody in their life, and she feels very accomplished in that. She wants to make friends, and she's very happy that her children are making connections, and the old rumors that used to go around is actually well buried deep in the past. Like, it's not even a thing anymore, and especially now that Daniel and Mary Sue is dead, and all that. And, is her and Brandy friends? Let's see. Does she even know Brandy? No, her and Brandy still do not talk to each other. So, I mean, Brandy's at the last stage of her life too, anyways. So I don't think Brandy really cares that much anymore now that she's with Jason. But yeah, so this is the Roseland household, and let's move on to the very last household. And welcome to the Traveler household, the very last household of this overview. So we have Trent, Trisha, Brittany, and Tandy. So Trisha and Trent have just been living their lives at home. He's been wanting to level up in his skills, so that's what he's been doing. He actually reached the top of the oceanography career, so he's actually a level 10, the Hand of Poseidon. And his wife is actually level 9 of the culinary career, and she's a restaurateur. So they actually became very successful in their careers. So I'm happy for them. Brittany Picasso here is actually a detective in the law enforcement career. She actually wants to be friends with Ezekiel and go on an island vacation as well. So she wants to be friends with her partner, and Ezekiel is her partner in the law enforcement, so that's who she works with. I don't think they really had good conversations when they chatted with one another. I don't think they're going to be that close, but you know, she wants to be friends with them, so we will make sure that happens. Now, as you can quite possibly tell with Miss Brittany Picasso here, um, she is she's supposed to be with Tandy Traveler here. That's who she's supposed to be with because, you know, they went steady and that's who her boyfriend is. But in college, she actually did woohoo with Skip. Is she woohooed with Tandy? And she woohooed with Tandy. So she did woohoo with Skip, one other person besides her boyfriend, Jesus. Oh yeah, and her very first woohoo was with Kieran. So she's woohooed with everybody before she actually woohooed her boyfriend Tandy. But anyway, yeah, she also kissed and made out with Ryan and Skip, and this whole entire time with Ryan frustrated the hell out of me because they have a big attraction to one another, and I'm just like, can you please stop? I don't like, you're supposed to be with Tandy. I don't understand what you're doing here, Brittany. I don't understand your your logic here. But anywho, yeah, that's our life, kind of like dramatic in a way. And then we have Tandy, who wants to join the entertainment career. So that's what he's going to do when we start him. And excuse his outfit and everything. He just graduated college, so I need to get him set up and change everything for Tandy as well. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, he wants to join his career and max out the creativity skill at the Memento. So here lately, I've been seeing whether or not Brittany and Tandy would want to get married or not, and it hasn't shown up yet. No matter how many times I go out on a date, it doesn't show up. And actually, their last date was just a good one. It wasn't even a dream date because their wants weren't circling for each other. They're wanting to do other things during the date. They're like, I don't think him and Brittany may end up together. I don't know. And having Brittany in this household might be a mistake now that I look at it. I mean, Brittany, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, she's thinking about Skip, too. So, it's like, Skip is just like the circle of all these women. Like, like the man, he's the man to all these women. And I'm just, like, over here, like, shaking my head. Like, I can't believe this, you know. But, yeah. This is the Traveler household, and thus this is the end of my overview. And I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you like these videos of the overview. And in the next video shall be our recap, and you get to see all the pictures that I took from rotation 2. Okay, but again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you then. Everybody have a great day.